I have had the opportunity to work with so many of the AEW superstars while making videos for my YouTube channels. What's up, everybody? It's Grim, and today I'm going to tell you what those AEW superstars think of me. And I know for a fact that CM Punk hates my guts, and I'm going to tell you the whole story behind it. So please like the video, leave your comments below about what you think of my stories, let me know what your favorite story is, subscribe, tap the bell, and turn on the notifiers so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Now, CM Punk is in the news right now because he is embroiled in yet another backstage incident, this time involving Jungle Boy Jack Perry, and we are all waiting with bated breath to see what's going to happen with suspensions, people leaving the company, and what have you. But having met CM Punk 2 times, I can tell you, I side with AEW, Jack Perry, The Elite, because CM Punk is an attitude. CM Punk gave me attitude. The first time I ever met CM Punk was in 2011 at Ringside Fest. But this was really exciting for me because it was my first Ringside Fest. And I got to meet Daniel Bryan, I got to meet Zack Ryder, and I looked just like him. And I got to meet CM Punk. It was a very cool and chill interaction. But at the same time, I kind of felt like when we were asking CM Punk questions about, backstage stuff or dirt sheet things, because that's what we wanted to talk about, me and my friend Champ, I kind of felt like he kind of came back at us with like, you guys are smarks. Like that, oh my God, here's 2 wrestling fans. I kind of got that vibe that he was treating us like we were 2 fat guys that live in their mom's basement and tweet about our wrestling takes all day, and he ain't having it. That's kind of just the vibe I got from him. But it was a fine interaction. Fast forward a year later, and now I meet CM Punk dressed up like Ebenezer Middlesdorf, which was my character at the time. And again, it was a fine interaction. He just looked at me like I was a little bit of a weirdo, and he kind of thought that the name was odd when I asked him to sign my thing, Ebenezer Middlesdorf. And then when we shook hands, it just seemed super awkward. Like, he was just looking at me like, you are a weird dude. So you're asking, well, Grandma, how do you know he hates you? Well, fast forward to 2015, and I'm spending time hanging out with Brian Myers at an SWF show where I was going to be his manager. And as we're standing at his merch table selling merch, I pull out my cell phone and I take a selfie of us and put it on Twitter. I thought that was cool. It's me, Kurt Hawkins, we're at SWF, come meet us, come watch us wrestle, that kind of thing. About 20 minutes later, Brian Myers pulls out his phone, and he looks at me, and he laughs. I'm like, what? What are you laughing at? He says, nothing, dude. I said, no, tell me, what are you laughing at? What? He goes, fine, if you really want to know. He opens his phone, he turns it around, and he shows me. And it was a text from CM Punk. And it said, Grim? Question mark? Really? Question mark, question mark? I hate that guy. So CM Punk saw Kurt Hawkins' retweet of me and him on Twitter and had to text him privately his displeasure that he was hanging out with me. Super weird behavior. But confirmation. CM Punk hates me. I seen it for myself with my own 2 eyes. So, okay, I guess that's why I'm blocked. And that's where the bad blood between me and CM Punk started. Wow. I'm actually honored to be hated that much, and CM Punk is such a hater of mine. Meanwhile, I'll sit here and wear his shirt. And you want to know why? I got it for free. So let's talk about another huge AEW star. As a matter of fact, the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, MJF. And as I've bragged many times, MJF's wrestling career started at Creative Pro Wrestling School when I was doing a collaboration with Creative Pro Wrestling School. So MJF's first appearances in media were on my show. When I first went to Creative Pro to go after Kurt Hawkins for attacking me as MJ Appleballs, there was 3 students that I had to go through first to get to Hawkins. One of them was MJF. And I laid him out with a clothesline. And again, this was the first time I met him. He was a student, and he was really cool. And then he got to work with me over the next 2-3 years before he really started blowing up on the independent scene. We got to make a lot of cool videos together. And then all of a sudden, I got to see his rise. Next thing you know, he signed to AEW. Well, what's he think of me now? Well, I've gotten to see him front row at AEW a few times. At AEW Revolution, MJF threw gum and it hit me in the head. It got in my hair on the side of my... I'm like, God damn you, MJF. He threw gum right at me. And I was like, well, wait a minute. And I thought maybe he hated me for a second. And then I thought, no, think like a worker, Grim. Okay? So if MJF, as a pro wrestler, comes out and throws gum in anybody else's hair, they're going to sue AEW. I had to get my hair cut off because your wrestler threw gum at it. But if he throws gum in my hair, knowing our relationship, knowing I'm a worker, knowing I'm just going to throw it and make it part of my video for YouTube and whatever, as a worker, he's like, I can throw my gum at Grim because Grim's not going to cause a problem and sue AEW because he's a worker and he gets it. Just like when they threw Malachi Black on top of me and Tina. They know we're not going to sue. Another interaction I had with MJF was at Full Gear when he took on Moxley, and I had my soda right in the front row there, and MJF crawled over and goes, yo, give me something to spit. And I gave him my soda, and he went, now, it wasn't all caught on camera, but that's what happened. You could ask anybody that was there. He took my soda, and you've seen it. I had part of it on camera. And not only that, but when MJF was making his entrance, he was standing in the ring. He was already there. Now Moxley's coming down. Me and MJF were talking right at ringside. Everybody's like, how do you know MJF? I'm like, he was on my show. I'm telling everybody standing around at ringside. And it was a really cool moment to say, yeah, me and MJF are cool. Me and the AEW World Heavyweight Champion are boys. And, you know, now I'm not going to say that I hang out with him. I'm not going to say I've been on his boat or that kind of thing because we don't. Texted him when he won the championship. I think that's the last time, honestly, that we talked. And I said, dude, I'm very proud of you. He was probably a little heart emoji. Me and MJF, we're boys. So what's MJF think of me? MJF likes me. Another huge AEW star, and that I think really does like me, is Platinum Max. Now, at the time, I knew him as Max Caster. He wrestled on my show as part of the Shook Crew from 2016, actually 2015, all the way through 2018. So 3 years Max Caster was on my show, and now he's Platinum Max in AEW, former AEW Tag Team Champion, current Trios Tag Team Champion. They just won those titles at AEW All In. What a moment. And I got to work Max Caster 5 years ago in 2018 at a Creative Pro live event, one-on-one. So this is how I know that Max Caster likes me, because on the timesheet it said we had 18 minutes. And I said, dude, I gotta wrestle you for 18 minutes? And he said, I'm gonna take care of you, man. And he did. And he really put effort into that match to make sure that me, at my weight and my physical fatness at the time, were capable of wrestling for 18 minutes. And then after that, we got to sit in the diner. It was actually me and Kurt Bale at the time, my ex-wife, my kids. We seen Platinum Max and Chris Statlander right in the diner, and we had some great words. And honestly, that was like the last time I had like a full-on interaction with him, but it was such a positive interaction. And he wrestled on my show for 3 years, and we never had a bad word between us. We always had great skits. As a matter of fact, I think it's really cool to show how cool that me and Max are with each other. The first diss that Max ever did publicly, you know, like video-wise and big time for everybody to see, was about me. And it was about that match that we were going to have at that Creative Pro show. The 18-minute match that he did an entire diss track on me, which I think is really cool because now he does a diss track every week on his opponent, but I was the first. So thanks, Max, and good luck on your career, man. You're out there killing it. Multi-time champion in AEW, and good buddy of mine, and I appreciate all the work that we got to do together. I appreciate that collabing. I appreciate that GTS was a big stop on your road to the big time, dude. And how do I feel about Max? I think he's awesome, too. Now I get to talk about the TBS champion, Chris Statlander. She was a Creative Pro student as well when I was working with MJF and Max Caster and Smart Mark Sterling, Bear Bronson. And now she's the current TBS champion on AEW. I mean, this is huge. What an upgrade. What an amazing career trajectory Chris Statlander has been on. But what does she think of me? What does she think of GTS? I think she hates us. and I'll tell you why I think this. Well, you know, we had good interactions. She came down. She was part of Team Creative Pro versus Team GTS 5-on-5 challenge. And she actually got to wrestle Vlad. She took an F5 from Vlad. I mean, this was one of the coolest matches we had ever done in GTS. and thinking that 3 of the Team Creative Pro wrestlers on this team are now in AEW and are all big stars. So when I got to work with Chris, everything was smooth, everything was great. Like, there was never any issue between me and her, and I thought it was fantastic having her on my show. But I feel like she kind of had this, it's not really a professional show type feeling about it. And then one of our GTS wrestlers actually saw her at a convention not too long ago. And when they saw her at the convention, they said, "Hey, Chris, remember me? I'm from GTS. We actually had an interaction." And she was like, "Oh, don't talk to me about that. Don't talk to me about that." And he said he didn't know how to take this. And I said, "Well, like, did she say it like in a bad way? Like she was embarrassed? Like it was garbage? Or just don't bring that up? It's traumatizing? Like in what way?" And he's like, "I don't know." So what does Chris Statlander think of me? What does Chris Statlander think of GTS Wrestling? I don't know. I gotta find out. So I'm cool with you, Chris. I thought that it was cool that you were on my show. You gave a great effort on my show. I hope it got you followers and people still say, "Hey, I recognize you from GTS." Like, I think that that's cool and that happens for people. And I hope that it was a good experience for you because it was a good experience for me and us. And if you had a bad experience, I wish you would have let me know so I could have fixed it. So, Chris Statlander, I appreciate you being part of GTS when you were, and I think it's awesome that you're the TBS champion now. Keep up the awesome work. Keep up that awesome career trajectory. I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you all so much for watching my video today. Again, don't forget to please like the video. Comment below your favorite story of mine. Also comment below. Let me know what stories you want me to tell next right on the channel. I've really been enjoying doing these videos, and from the views and the likes and the comments, you guys seem to be enjoying them too. So I want to keep it up. And I appreciate you guys so much for watching. I only exist out here because of you. I know it, I appreciate it, and I love you all. You're all the best. Thanks again so much for watching. And if you're not down with that, you're gonna get snapped by a Slim Graham.